Okay, so one of the things that you're going to at some stage want to do is to get your designs out of Illustrator in a format that is suitable for use on in digital situations like websites, apps, and so on. So there are several ways that you can do it. We're just going to take some of the artwork from here and we're going to export it for digital use. So you're going to follow along with the first label, and then you're going to do the rest on your own for practice. So we're going to zoom in here, and let's say we first just want to get the actual logo out. So if I take everything except the label, okay, I'm just going to group those together, and then I'm going to go to File, Export Selection, and I'm going to give it a name. So I'll just call this orange underscore logo. Now, the format that you choose is important because, as you will have learned from the active learning in this theme, that the PNG format is best suited if you want a transparent background and you want a pixel-based image. JPG is definitely not suitable for this kind of graphic. JPG would only really be suitable for photographic material. And then the SVG format is suitable if you want your graphics to be scalable and to remain vector. However, the SVG format is not as widely supported as the PNG format. So I'm going to do the PNG format, and I'm going to choose PNG 8, which means it's going to preserve the transparency in the background. And I want to save it at 1x scale, that's its own size. And I'm going to, I don't want to create a subfolder, and I don't want to open the location afterwards. And I'm going to click on the little folder, and I'm going to go to my desktop and make a folder called Marmalade Assets, and choose. Excuse me. So if I export now, and then I go and have a look for that, there's my PNG, and it does indeed have a transparent background. One of the things that I can see straight away that's got lost in translation is, actually it hasn't been lost in translation. I'm just looking here, the E is missing off Marmalade, and that's because I didn't select it. Okay, so that would be a reason for that. So let me just fix that. Let me select the whole lot, deselect the label, File, Export Selection. Let's do that again. And PNG, and let's say open after export, and there is the second one. That one looks better, so I'll delete the first one and just rename this. Alright, so that's just the logo. Then say I wanted to export the entire label, so I'm going to select that whole lot and export selection, and I'll just call this orange label, and I'll leave that also as PNG because it does still need to have transparency around it, and export asset. So there we have our label and we have our artwork. Now those are now ready to use in digital artwork. Now if you wanted them bigger, because these are quite small, if I look at the stats here, this is 177 by 198. That's quite small at 72 pixels per inch. So if I wanted it bigger, I'll select the artwork and go back to export selection, and I'll just call this orange bigger, and let's just say that we want this to be 4 times, and export. and now you'll see that's a much bigger version, but it's still nice and clean and clear because it's working from original vector graphics. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you next time.